Okay, so now that I have all 15 clips in my timeline, I'm ready to add titles. So far I've just been working in video track number 1. Titles I'm going to do in video 2. Let me show you how. Over here in my project panel, I'm looking at my icon view. Instead I want to switch to list view, and then I want to go up one level by clicking this little folder with the up arrow. And so this shows you my bins here. I'm going to click on my titles bin, and I'm going to choose this icon down here where it says new item. And I'm going to choose new title. This title will be called intro. And from this box here, I'm going to go ahead and just make a title that looks nice. I like to use a little rectangular background, so I might choose something that goes all the way across towards the bottom. Might make it a little smaller. Instead of white, I might choose a color like if I use this eyedropper, I can pick something from here, maybe the blue of the sky up here. And then I can take the opacity down on that so it shows through the box a little bit. And then using my text tool, I'm going to choose some text, and I'll just call this Cecilia. I'll spell it correctly. And then underneath Cecilia, I'm going to put, the gold team, her team name. And you can choose however you want to lay that out. I'm going to do Cecilia. Instead of 67%, I'll take that all the way up, and I'll do black text. And then gold team, I'll do gold text. Something in this category over here, and I'll take that all the way up. Using my move tool, I'll move this over the top of this. Back to my text tool, I want a font that shows up a little better. So I'm going to choose, maybe I'll choose something like, let's see. I'm going to choose stencil, that's kind of fun. I'll take the size down a little bit. So basically I'm just in here, I'm adjusting the this font to make it kind of fit this this template really well. And I can take my maybe I'll write justify it so it fits over there. I'll take gold team and I'll make it smaller. So I've got this here, and I think I'm starting to look nice. Gold team's kind of hard to see, so I'll put a shadow behind it. And now I think I have a nice looking title. So I'm going to go ahead and close this title window, and you'll see that this intro title shows up in my project panel underneath my titles bin. And I can take that, click, hold, and drag to video 2, and you'll see what happens is that title now shows up right over the top of this video. But I have a problem. When I go over my next video, that still says Cecilia Gold Team, and I don't want that. So I'm going to zoom in by hitting the plus key on my keyboard right next to backspace, and I'm going to trim this back in my timeline so it just shows up over Cecilia. And so now I've got that title, it's showing up right over that. I can even take this and fade it in and out a little bit by trimming it down a little more. And then in my effects panel here, I can choose I'll search for cross dissolve and put one of those on the beginning and then another one on the end and trim those down. So now if I play that,
hi, I'm Cecilia DeVolio.
That fades in nice and neat. Once I have that one title done, I'm going to go ahead and double click that title so it opens, and I'm going to do something to copy this title. So this little icon right up here, new title based on current title, I'll click that. The next clip in my timeline is the long shot, so I'm going to call this long shot, or maybe I'll abbreviate LS. I'll click OK, and now I can change this text in here. So this might be long shot, and then down here If I delete that first letter, well, I'll show you what happens. It does the font from the first line. So I leave that first letter and I do the hill. And then I can delete that first letter. And now I've got, you'll see back in my project panel, I now have this long shot, and I can drag that right over my long shot there, trim it back. I can put nice effects on the beginning and end to make it fade in really nicely and fade out really nicely. And then I've got that next title that shows up right there, and it looks nice and neat. So I'm going to do that for each of my clips so that I have a title over all of my first 12 and then one title over my sequence at the end.